Welcome to an exciting journey through China, Part 2. I'm sure you've never heard of these facts, a country not only renowned for having the world's most powerful economy, but also harboring countless mysteries and wonders. From great works such as the Terracotta Army in the tomb of Emperor Qin Shi Huang to unique cultural traditions, everything about China will leave us in awe. In particular, the gentle and graceful beauty of Chinese women is one of the key elements that contribute to the country's special allure. Let's explore 18 fascinating facts that few people know about. Fact 18. The most populous country in the world. China is the most populous country in the world, with over 1.4 billion people, accounting for about 18% of the global population. The rapid population growth in the 20th century has provided China with an enormous labor force, a crucial factor that has fueled its economy and made it the world's manufacturing powerhouse. However, such a large population also brings many challenges, including pressure on natural resources, infrastructure, and the environment, as well as the imbalance between urban and rural areas. To address the rapid population growth, China implemented the one-child policy in 1979. While this policy helped control population growth, it also had significant social and demographic effects, including gender imbalance and an aging population. In 2016, the one-child policy was abolished and replaced with the two-child policy, aiming to address labor shortages and the aging population, although demographic challenges remain in the future. Fact 17. The Terracotta Army tomb of Emperor Qin Shi Huang. The tomb of Emperor Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China, is one of the most prominent historical landmarks in the country. Qin Shi Huang, the founder of the Qin dynasty, unified China in 221 BC and implemented significant reforms. But he was also famous for his fear of death and his desire to protect his power after his death. His tomb, built on a massive scale, is believed to contain a miniature kingdom with artificial rivers and mountains. However, the most famous feature is the Terracotta Army, thousands of clay soldiers, horses, and chariots discovered in 1974. The purpose of this army and why it was buried alongside the tomb remains unclear. These clay figures are not only a marvel of art and craftsmanship, but also a testament to Qin Shi Huang's belief in protecting himself in the afterlife. The Terracotta Army stands as a symbol of the emperor's power and greatness, attracting visitors and researchers from all over the world. Fact 16. Beijing, the capital. Beijing, the capital of China, is one of the country's oldest and most modern cities, serving as the political, cultural, and educational center. With a long history, the city features monumental historical sites such as the Forbidden City, Tiananmen Square, and the Ming Tombs, landmarks that bear the imprint of China's imperial dynasties. The Forbidden City, one of the largest and best-preserved palaces in the world, was the home of Chinese emperors for 500 years, symbolizing the power and opulence of past dynasties. Tiananmen Square, the entrance to the ancient city of Beijing, is not only a national symbol, but also the site of many significant historical events, including revolutions and uprisings. Tiananmen Square also marks the spirit of resilience and the strength of the Chinese nation. Beijing is not only a city rich in cultural heritage, but also a modern metropolis with skyscrapers, bustling shopping districts, and advanced infrastructure. The city has also hosted major international events, most notably the 2008 Summer Olympics, elevating Beijing to a new level in the eyes of the global community. The blend of tradition and modernity has made Beijing a unique and attractive city, not only for Chinese people, but also for visitors from all around the world. Fact 15. Gender preference, favoring sons over daughters. Although China has made significant progress in promoting gender equality, there is still a noticeable cultural preference for sons over daughters, especially in rural areas. In many families, sons are considered the heirs to carry on the family name, continue the family business, and care for aging parents, while daughters are often undervalued and have fewer rights within the family. This stems from traditional beliefs that sons are responsible for supporting parents in their old age and continuing the family line. As a result, in farming communities, Having a son is considered essential for the survival and prosperity of the family. However, with significant societal changes and policies that support women's rights, this trend is gradually changing. Today, women are not only empowered to participate in the workforce and education, but are also taking on more important roles within the family and society. Policies promoting gender equality and women's participation in political and economic decision-making are increasingly emphasized. Nevertheless, gender preference still persists in some areas, particularly in rural regions where traditional values dominate. Yet, significant changes are occurring, offering hope for a more equal future for Chinese women. Fact 14. Chinese women and traditional beauty. Chinese women have long been known for their gentle beauty, radiant skin, and slender figures, features that are considered ideal in Chinese culture. However, in Chinese culture, beauty is not just about physical attraction, but also a reflection of a woman's virtue and grace. The beauty of Chinese women is associated with qualities such as kindness, modesty, and the ability to uphold family values, which is why they are seen as the keepers of the flame in every family. Throughout history, Chinese women have been seen as symbols of purity and elegance, with one of the most prominent traditional beauty ideals being like a lotus, symbolizing purity, grace, and flawlessness. This is also reflected in the emphasis on traditional practices such as choosing clothing, makeup, and skincare methods with natural ingredients used to protect and maintain soft skin. Today, the beauty of Chinese women is not only recognized within society, but also serves as a significant source of inspiration in Chinese art, literature, and cinema. The images of Chinese women in art and films often portray a harmonious blend of external beauty and inner qualities, depicting strong yet gentle and graceful women. Fact 13. Dowry and weddings. A dowry is an essential part of traditional Chinese weddings, playing a significant role in expressing the groom's respect and love for the bride's family. Traditionally, the groom must bring valuable gifts such as gold, money, clothing, and other items to buy the bride, demonstrating his readiness to take responsibility for her and care for her after marriage. This is not only a ceremonial act of respect, but also a way for the groom's family to display their social status, affirming their financial stability and the stability of their life. In some cases, the bride's family may demand a very high dowry, sometimes putting pressure on the groom's family to meet these demands. This leads to challenges in negotiating the dowry, and sometimes the groom's family must offer more valuable gifts or money to successfully buy the bride. As such, this tradition has created financial burdens for many families, particularly in rural areas where weddings are still considered a major event with deep social significance. Although the dowry tradition remains common in many rural areas and traditional families, the development of modern society has led many families to adjust this practice. Today, many families are focusing on reducing the financial burden related to dowries, concentrating on love and harmony between the two families, rather than focusing solely on material wealth. This reflects a shift in the understanding of marriage and family values in modern Chinese society. Fact 12. The One-Child Policy. The One-Child Policy was a famous population control policy implemented by China in 1979 to manage the rapid population growth. This policy required couples to have only one child, with the aim of reducing the strain on resources and infrastructure in a country with the largest population in the world. Although it helped China control its population, the policy also led to significant social and demographic effects. One noticeable consequence was gender imbalance, as many families preferred having sons to continue the family line, leading to a disproportionate sex ratio. The policy also contributed to the aging population, with decreasing birth rates and an increasing elderly population. As a result, the one-child policy was officially abolished in 2016 and replaced with the two-child policy, aiming to address labor shortages and support the sustainable development of the country in the future. Fact 11. Stem cells and traditional Chinese medicine. China prides itself on having a long-established and well-developed system of traditional Chinese medicine TCM, renowned for methods such as acupuncture, herbal medicine, and massage, all aimed at restoring energy balance in the body and supporting natural healing processes. Traditional Chinese medicine has existed and evolved over thousands of years and is an integral part of Chinese culture and daily life. In addition to these therapies, stem cell research is being actively pursued in China, with significant advancements in modern medicine aimed at improving the treatment of complex diseases and cell regeneration. China is currently leading stem cell research, offering new hopes for treating diseases such as cancer, cardiovascular conditions, and aging-related issues. Fact 10. The largest manufacturing power in the world. China is not only a powerhouse of manufacturing, but also the world's factory. With a strong economy and low production costs, China has become the largest manufacturing and export hub globally. From electronic products, such as mobile phones and computers, to consumer goods like fabrics, clothing, and household appliances, all of these are mass-produced here and exported worldwide. China's manufacturing sector has helped the country maintain a strong position in the global economy, while also creating millions of jobs and boosting the development of other industries. However, the excessive dependence on manufacturing also brings challenges such as environmental pollution and the need to transition to a more creative and sustainable economy. Fact 9. Chinese cuisine famous worldwide. Chinese cuisine is one of the richest and most diverse cuisines in the world, widely loved across every nation. Each region of China has its own distinct dishes, from the spicy food of Sichuan to the delicate, refined dishes of Guangdong. Notable dishes that are popular worldwide include dim sum, small, flavorful steamed buns; Peking duck, famous for its crispy skin and tender meat, carefully prepared and served with small pancakes and a special sauce; and noodles, with thousands of variations from noodle soups to stir-fried versions, a common dish in Chinese family meals. Fried rice, an easy-to-make but flavorful dish, is also a favorite around the world. Chinese cuisine not only satisfies culinary needs but also reflects the fusion of history, culture, and creativity in food preparation. Fact 8. The Bazaars of Shinjang. Xinjiang, an autonomous region for the Uyghur people, is known for its lively bazaars, where people from all over gather to exchange traditional goods. These markets are not only places for buying and selling, but are also an important part of the cultural life of the locals. At the bazaars, visitors can find characteristic spices like red pepper, dried herbs, and a variety of other spices that add richness to Central Asian cuisine. Textile products, ranging from silk to handmade rugs, are also traditional items sold, attracting many visitors and lovers of traditional culture. In addition, natural beauty products made from local ingredients are widely available, creating a shopping experience full of color and fragrance. Fact 7. Wildlife conservation. China is home to some rare and iconic species that symbolize biodiversity, including the giant panda, the country's national symbol. The panda has become a cultural symbol and one of the most strictly protected animals in the world. In addition to the panda, China is also home to other rare species such as the Indo-Chinese tiger, wild zebras, and many bird species and other wildlife. Efforts to protect wildlife in China have been significantly strengthened in recent years, with the establishment of nature reserves and campaigns to protect wildlife, including banning the trade of endangered animals and safeguarding their habitats. These efforts not only protect rare species, but also contribute significantly to maintaining global ecological balance. Fact 6. Film and entertainment. China has a thriving film industry and is currently the second largest film market in the world, just after Hollywood. With a population of over 1.4 billion and rapid technological development, China's film industry has produced thousands of films and television programs that attract audiences not only domestically but also globally. Chinese films have gradually gained international recognition, with outstanding works like Hero and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon boosting China's global influence in cinema. These films have succeeded both artistically and as examples of the diversity and creativity in China's film industry. In addition to artistic films, China also has a vibrant entertainment market with television programs, action films, comedies, and reality shows that attract large audiences. This entertainment industry not only serves the domestic audience's needs, but also caters to international viewers. China's entertainment industry continues to grow rapidly, with many international producers, directors, and stars getting involved. The increasing interest from international investors shows that China is becoming a global cultural and entertainment center, opening up new opportunities for collaboration and creativity in the field. Fact 5. The Chinese New Year Festival. Chinese New Year, also known as the Spring Festival, is the largest and most important festival for the Chinese people. Held during the Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year is not only a time for family reunions, but also a moment to celebrate traditional cultural values, pray for good luck, and wish for happiness in the coming year. This festival is marked by activities such as parades, lion dances, colorful fireworks, and special foods like rice cakes, dumplings, braised meat, and New Year's sweets. During the New Year period, Chinese families gather, clean their homes, give red envelopes to children and the elderly, and honor their ancestors. Chinese New Year is not only an important festival in China, but also a grand celebration for Chinese communities worldwide, reflecting love for family and homeland. Fact 4. Calligraphy and traditional arts. Chinese calligraphy is one of the oldest and most unique art forms in the country, blending fine art with knowledge. Calligraphy is not simply the act of writing. It is also a way to express the writer's personality and thoughts through each stroke. Chinese calligraphy works, with their distinctive style, often carry deep cultural meaning, reflecting life philosophies, spirit, and national identity. In addition to calligraphy, China is also famous for other traditional art forms such as Chinese watercolor painting, porcelain, and classical music. These art forms are not only beloved in China, but also have a global influence, contributing to a deeper understanding of Chinese culture. Fact 3. The Belt and Road Initiative. China's Belt and Road Initiative (BRI) is an important economic and political strategy aimed at connecting countries along the ancient Silk Road trade routes from Asia to Europe and Africa. Launched in 2013, this initiative not only promotes trade cooperation, but also helps China expand its global influence. The initiative includes building infrastructure such as ports, highways, railways, and energy projects, thus creating a global trading network. While this initiative brings great economic opportunities to participating countries, it has also sparked debates about China's role in increasing its political and economic influence in these regions. Fact 2. The tradition of living with family. In China, living with family is an important part of the cultural tradition, reflecting deep values regarding family and respect for parents. In many families, especially in rural areas, children, particularly sons, continue to live with their parents even after marriage. This culture stems partly from the belief that children have a responsibility to care for their elderly parents and creates an environment where generations share and support one another in work and life. Living together not only helps save living costs, but also strengthens the bond between family members. However, in larger cities, where life is fast-paced and work pressures are high, this tradition is gradually changing, especially among the younger generation. Many young people today seek more independence and prefer to find their own living space after marriage to freely build their private lives and careers. This trend is further accelerated by the growth of the economy and urbanization, making the need for personal living space more important. Nevertheless, family relationships are still highly valued and maintained, even when generations are physically separated. Fact 1. The Great Wall of China. The Great Wall of China, stretching over 21,000 kilometers, is one of the greatest and most impressive structures in China, built over many dynasties to protect the country from invasions by nomadic tribes from the north, especially the Mongols. This structure is not only a symbol of military strength, but also showcases the persistence and intelligence of the Chinese people in building complex defensive works. The Great Wall is primarily built with bricks, stones, and earth, with watchtowers and gates along the path to monitor and defend. While today only parts of the wall still stand, it remains one of the most famous wonders of the world, attracting millions of tourists each year. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through China. We hope you've learned something new and fascinating about this ancient and powerful country. But the adventure doesn't stop here. Stay tuned for more amazing facts as we continue to explore other incredible destinations in Asia, like Vietnam and Thailand. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our next adventure.